Hey everyone, it's Landon here, back with another video. Today I wanted to go over the performance mode changes that happened today and whether or not you should use DirectX 11 or 12 after the update. So if you guys don't know what's been happening, the performance mode got changed again today. Past few days I think they've been experimenting with changing how the builds look, and today we saw the full effects of that, and they posted a tweet about it saying that there's been a hot fix and now the builds will always look like mobile builds, and I'll show a picture of what that looks like on screen right now. So what I wanted to go over today is whether or not you should switch to a DirectX or 11 or 12, and whether or not performance mode is worth it. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. So today's update really ruined performance mode, honestly. The bubble wrap builds that everyone's used to and they've been using for close to 2 months now are now officially not in the game anymore, and they will not be coming back anytime soon, at least according to the tweet. Maybe with all the backlash that they got today, they will find a way to bring it back, and if they do, I'll definitely be making a video right away talking about that. For most people, if you have to play on performance mode because your system just is not handling DirectX 11 or 12, then you can still play it. The builds look terrible. I'll put a link in the description to my other video that I made, and it's doing really well. Thank you guys for all the support and all the new subs for that one. But I'll link the video down below. It's a way to have normal builds while still using performance mode. Now, of course, it's not truly performance mode, but some of it is still disabled. So like settings that would be in DirectX 11 and 12 are still forced disabled like they would be in performance mode, and you still get a bit of a performance boost. Now this also varies on your system. I know that people on low-end PCs that get around 60 FPS or even lower really still need to use performance mode because it's been helping them a lot, and this is probably the best thing that they can do to keep their performance mode going and be able to play the game effectively still. For everyone else that is able to get more than 60 frames consistently, mainly this video is meant for people that can get between 100, 144, even up to 240. This video is kind of meant for those types of people. So you may be wondering, if you are going to switch to DirectX 11 or 12, what is the difference between the two? Well, main thing is DirectX 11 has been around for many years now. It's a rendering thing that is used in lots of games, and it is supported on almost every graphics card. It is the main one used on pretty much every game you see today. Now, in the past few years, probably about when Fortnite's been out, maybe about 4 years, DirectX 12 has been going around. Game studios have started using DirectX 12 as a new way to render their games. It's going to be a better version of DirectX 11 in the future, but for now it's kind of buggy, to be honest, and they're really trying to work out the kinks with the system and really make it a fleshed out way to render games. So that being said, why would you use DirectX 12 if it's buggy? Well, I believe it is a better way to make your game perform. It can give you more consistent frames and sometimes even lower input delay, but depending on your system. And the main thing that you can use in DirectX 12 that is not in DirectX 11 is NVIDIA On Plus Boost. Now you're gonna have to have a graphics card from the 20 series or higher. So that means like a 2060, 2070, 2080, and even the new 30 cards. And the boost is going to help your performance a lot. It's going to maximize as much performance as you can get out of it, and it's a relatively new setting, which is why I'm bringing it up as much. And I've talked to a few people, and they say that they noticeably have less input delay, and everything feels pretty snappy. Now, for me, I thought performance mode felt a little bit better, but I think this is the next best thing, and I'll go a little bit more into detail on that later in the video. So the main thing that you're going to be looking at here on whether or not you should go to DirectX 12 or 11 is performance on your computer. So DirectX 12, like I said, will be only available on higher end computers, the newer ones that can support it. If you have an old card from probably about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe sooner, you probably don't have the option for DirectX 12, or it will be kind of limited and not perform as well on your system. It's more of a trial and error thing because systems vary so much that you really don't know for sure until you test it out yourself. So really just try it yourself, and if you feel like really sluggish and really bad on one, try the other one. You probably won't feel that way, and you should stick with that one. But if it's not so noticeable, this is what this video is for. DirectX 12 frames are a little bit lower than what you'd get out of DirectX 11. For mid-range systems, it's probably a difference of 30, but you're still going to be averaging over 240. And these were the tests I'm talking about here were done in creative. But the thing about DirectX 12 is your frames will be much more consistent than DirectX 11. What I mean is DirectX 11 could get up to maybe like 330 frames-ish, but it could fluctuate down to 270, 280, where if you use DirectX 12, you'll be consistent 290 to 300 and staying right around that range the whole time. DirectX 11, like I said, gives higher frames, but there's more fluctuation. When you're using older PCs, not quite as spec'd up PCs, it's going to be there's going to be a few different settings that are going to help you out with DirectX 12 that you won't be seeing on those older systems. So the benefits of each, obviously DirectX 11 is a very solid system. It's been used for years. There's almost no bugs with it other than ones that come with the game as is. So if you want to make sure that you almost never crash because of your rendering system, DirectX 11 is the one to go with. I should mention that either of these don't make your game look better or worse. There are a few glitches with DirectX 12 that you can easily fix. Some people were noticing that certain textures such as trees, grass, stuff off in the distance, it started flickering. The terrain kind of started flickering as well. And the main way you can fix this is by bumping up your texture setting. If you have it on low or medium, you want to bump it up to high, and then that'll really fix all of the flickering in the background. And you may think that switching your textures to high would be a decrease in performance, but it's actually helpful because it makes your graphics card work harder, because Fortnite is a very CPU intensive game, and by bumping up your textures on the mid to high end PCs, you're going to be able to get more performance out of your graphics card, balance out the performance, and really in most systems you won't notice a major FPS dip. If you do, then turn down your settings, but in most systems you won't see any difference in performance, and it'll help you with your flickering textures in the background. But DirectX 11, like I said, will be much more stable, much more easy to use. It'll be a solid system to use. If you want to have potentially lower input delay and really stable frames most of the time without the bugs being in consideration, then you should definitely use DirectX 12. So my final thoughts here, like what should you use? I think if you have a higher end system and you're willing to try it out for a few days and see if you have lower input delay, try a DirectX 12. Make sure you have NVIDIA on plus Boost on. I'll show you my settings because I think they're pretty much the best you can get. I'll also leave my specs in the description if you guys want to compare them to your own. And yeah, if you have a lower end PC, like a 10 series card or even worse than that, use DirectX 11. And I can't really help out people that are using AMD cards because I just don't have enough data about it. I can't test it myself. So it's really trial and error with those kinds of systems. This is just a video meant for people that can't really tell the difference between the two, and they want a more in-depth look at what the differences are. Yeah, make sure you test it yourself. Ultimately, I can't test every system. I only have access to one, and word of mouth from my friends that have other ranges of price for their systems, what they like to use. So yeah, make sure you try it yourself, but I think if you have a better system, you want to try getting lower input delay, more responsiveness, go with DirectX 12, try it out, and if not, then go with DirectX 11. Also, quick tip, if you are trying it out, give it a few days. Don't try it for 30 minutes and think it's too weird and give up on it. Try it out for a few days. If you noticeably it feels bad each and every time, it's not just a mistake, then maybe switch, see how it goes. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. If you guys liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe down below. I'm going to be posting lots more videos about this in the future. More settings videos, more videos about performance like this, and also some competitive videos because I am a competitive player. And then if you guys like the video, make sure you drop a like down below so that more people can see it. I know this is a big issue today, and it's going to be one of the bigger issues before FNCS. People want to know what kind of settings they should be using. And yeah, also, if you guys want to ask me questions directly and get the fastest response, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. I stream almost every single day by about 10 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you go check out my Twitch. It'll be linked in the description as well as my other socials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.